Hi everybody, Fomisoap here. Welcome to the channel. Today the video is gonna be a little bit sad, but as for the title, I think we have to see the silver lining of it. Uh, it's been great to sharing all these videos with you, first of all. So I'm very grateful to have, even though they are little subscribers, they are very loyal subscribers. So thank you very much for supporting me so far. Now, the channel is not gonna finish. I'll tell you that after we address the first topic of the video. But there is a lot in store coming soon. um, all right, so for the first topic, I want to address first what's happening with Clash Mini. So unfortunately, Supercell has decided to discontinue development, and even though they have finished that, I think it's the right movement for the game. And the reason behind that is because of three key factors, and they explained that in the panel, but they didn't really translate it to normal human being language, and it's really hard to understand why would you make this decision when it has such a strong community. Um, and that takes me to reason number one, which is the boom factor. Clash Mini was always it was launched very long time ago, 2 years ago, and it enjoyed that boom of Supercell is releasing a new game, so it has a bunch of downloads, right? But then as you release a beta game, you know it's not gonna be full, it's not gonna be complete. So it has a lot of attrition, a lot of people going out of the game just because it doesn't give you enough of what you need to stay there. So it's normal for every game to just go up all the way. And you can see them in these two graphs that you see on the side on Clash of Clans and Clash Royale and how they evolve. It's normal for every game to go up and then go down. But the problem with Clash Mini, which is what you see here on the third graph, is that it went all the way down to a retention that they claim is around 3%, which is horrible, right? So, and you could actually feel that with the big content creators have around 30,000 subscribers maximum, 40,000 maximum, and that reflects that 3-4% retention that they were talking about. Um, and so that caps the game a lot because you're expecting these games to stay around 1 million, oscillating after they have kind of like stabilized. But this one was staying at 30,000. Now, that takes me to point number two. Since they lose the boom of the first impressions, then once they release it global, they are not going to be able to make such a big impact on the community. And the reason behind that is because unlike social media, apps are old. Our apps tend to be older. So if you release Clash Mini today with the graphs that it has today, with everything that it has today, it's probably not up to speed with everything that is out there in the market. And furthermore, there are still elements that are not there yet. Like all let's think of a game of three big things that happen and are talking simultaneously, right? So one is gameplay, and I think Clash Mini ticks that box. The gameplay is there, is very interesting, it's diverse, it moves, it doesn't stay stagnant, right? It changes with every patch. But that's just one box. The second box of it is all about monetization and the commercial model of the game. And that really is not there with Clash Mini. It's really hard for people to justify, I'm gonna spend $100 in this app just to get one mini. And that's part of what the Toy Machine tried to do, but it just didn't succeed. Well, it kind of succeeded because the revenue went up, but it didn't succeed in the sense that not all the players are willing to do so. So there was a little less of that microtransaction part that you see in other Clash games. And one of the interesting parts is that most of the mini store today doesn't give you the flexibility of actually purchasing with money what you want. You have to gamble for it. So that commercial part was not there yet. Um, and so you have gameplay, you have monetization, but then the third thing that was missing from the game was differentiation. And unfortunately, Clash Mini is a game within the universe of the Clash games, and unfortunately, it's not that much different, not in gameplay, but visually, concept wise, from Clash Royale and Clash of Clans. So it suffers from that decrease of interest because you want to go for the original IP, which is Clash of Clans, then you go into Clash Royale, but then you have the repetition again of Clash Mini, and that kind of like diminishes the wow factor of a new game. We should see that, for example, in Brawl Stars or Moko, where they completely do new IPs, and new IPs have a benefit of okay, it's new and exciting, And so players that are playing the three games don't feel bored and tired of the same thing. So those three things are the factors that I think make Clash Mini such a difficult standalone game. All of the things that they say about niche is just results of how the game was launched, because every game that they have released is niche. I mean, it's not like strategy games where the thing back when Clash of Clans was there, and you can argue that StarCraft was there, that Warcraft was there, but the reality is the strategy games are niche games. um, and in Clash Royale is the same. Tower, it's like a tower defense, but it's like more dynamic. So it's kind of like it's a niche game either way. It's not an arcade game or a platformer that is just everybody knows how to play and everybody wants to play it. So that's just a result of these three things. Now, why I say it's a good decision is because I do think that if they had released the game globally, it wouldn't have succeeded as it is today. And it wouldn't have succeeded even with a few changes and tweaks. And I complain a lot in social media that they didn't give it a chance, but I had a good time to think last week, and it really wouldn't have changed much. Like, it wouldn't grow from 30,000 players, 40,000 players consecutively to a million players to the level of Clash Royale. And that takes me to why I think it's a good decision. It's a good decision because I returned to Clash Royale a couple of weeks ago when everything started to be more clear that this was not going to be released globally. And one of the things I noticed is that Clash Royale is very, very stagnant. Like 3 years ago, the meta was, well, you know how the meta is there and how the meta is now. But it hasn't changed. And I think by adding Clash Mini into Clash Royale, it gives him an opportunity to get Clash Royale players two things to play on. And it's kind of like what they wanted to do with Touchdown, for example. But Touchdown gameplay is the same as the Clash Royale gameplay in the sense that even the meta is kind of the same, you know? It's like, yeah. But anyway, I think by bringing Clash Mini into Clash Royale, they have a good chance of actually make players more sticky to Clash Royale and continue to have that stagnant around 1.5 million players all the time and spending more and more money in the game. It's like cross-selling or upselling more into the same game. And it makes sense that it's Clash Royale because you have all the units there. So think about it this way, nobody in Clash Royale uses certain units, and if you could use it now in Mini, it gives you incentive to spend money onto raising those units and not just staying still with the same good old units that you have. And that's why I think it's a good move that it is a good decision. The gameplay is amazing, and that has been proved throughout these 2 years. Like those decisions that they made on making the units not move, best thing ever. It removes a lot of the randomness, and you could see a lot more competitive talks after that was done. So I think their future is bright as long as they manage to implement it in Clash Royale. And unfortunately, yeah, that means Clash Mini will disappear. So, but that's not everything's bad, and that takes me to the second part of this video, which is what's happening next with this channel. So I'm gonna say goodbye to my Clash Mini account. I did manage to get all the minis. I have everything. And it was very nice to have it. I made a lot of good friends here, so that's kind of like the upside of these things is that it doesn't matter what happened at the end, everything's gonna work out. But with that said, then it's the sad time to do this. Bye bye. And it takes me to the new games that I'm gonna play. So yes, the channel is gonna focus on both of these games. I'm gonna play both of them because I'm basically new to them. I stopped playing Brawl Stars a couple of years ago, well, a year ago, and I stopped playing Clash Royale almost 3 years ago. And so this is how it looks. That's right. The first one is gonna be Clash Royale. I'm very excited about this one because I return and there is a lot of fun things to do. So let me know what you want to see from this game, from via DMs or in a comment. But that's not all. Let me show you the second thing. That's right. I'm also gonna be playing Brawl Stars. I've been playing this a lot, so it's quite fun and it's quite new. So as well, same as before, let me know what you would like to see here because the game is so advanced that I don't know, I really suck at this. But anyway, it's gonna be a journey together. And with that said, let's go to the closing remarks. Thank you very much everyone for watching. Leave me some comments and notes if you want to say anything or give me some feedback of the channel as well as what type of content you would like to see. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and see you later. Ciao ciao.